Hello, welcome to video training. In this section we'll be covering inventory control, level 1, chapter 1, generating inventory reports. Okay, prior to this point, you've added vendors, you've added inventory, you've probably put some manual orders that might have come in on a prior date. Now what you want to do is see what you've done. Okay, I've added this stuff to my system, where'd it go? Well, as we talked earlier, it went to what we call your in-stock file cabinet. So let's go look at our in-stock file cabinet and see what's there. From the main menu, we'll select Inventory Control. We'll now select Inventory Maintenance and Reports. Prior to this, we've added inventory, we've posted manual orders. Now what we want to do is take a look and see what's in there. We're selecting reports. There's many reports here. We're only going to be going over a couple. Valuation reports is one. Exporting to Excel is another. Okay, let's run valuation reports. There are 3 or 4 different flavors. You can get totals only. You can have historical. There again, at this point, we just put our inventory in. So the only thing that's in here is what we just put in. Let's do inventory evaluation. First thing, whenever you run a report, it's going to ask you various different questions depending on the report. On this one, it's basically saying, what do you want the sequence to be? If you're not sure what to do, hitting the Enter key is the appropriate thing. The Enter key means I'm going to sort it by vendor and pot. Obviously, other options would be pot number only, bin location, keyword, by product code. So let's take the default, vendor and pot. Well, because I said I want it by vendor and pot, it gives me the option. Do you want all vendors or just one particular vendor or a range of vendors? So let's suppose I just want Yamaha. I'm going to type in Y. When I hit the Enter key, it basically will put a Y there and say, okay, that's all you want. I can change that if I wish. Because I said vendor and pot, it's saying, do you want a certain pot number range? Maybe I want all pots that begin with ACC or ABC or a range of pots, pots number 1 to pot number 2. I want all. And now it's saying, okay, now what do you want printed on everybody? Do you want the on-hand balance printed? Some people may not want the on-hand balance. Maybe they just want a line printed and not have the balance printed. We'll use that for taking inventory. Do you want to see a pot even if you don't have it in stock? I have the pot. It's something I did have, but I don't have anymore. At this point, you just want to hit the Enter key. This is the same screen we've talked about earlier. Obviously, we're going to hit F1. We want to see it on the screen. If we wanted to have it just printed out, we could print it out. If we wanted to pick what printer we wanted to print to, we'd hit F3. If we wanted to go to a PDF file, we'd hit F4. Okay, here's print preview. Let's just go to the last page. Well, okay, let me see what I put in here. I'm going to hit last page. And if you want to go down, I'm using my wheel on my mouse. I'm moving it down. And it's telling me that on Yamaha pots, I have 171 line items, which make up 28,349 individual pots, which cost me $849,000. Is my vendor, is my pot number, is my description. This is my product code. This is my on-hand balance, my selling price, my cost, and I told it to put the extension here. Now with print preview, obviously, you can go back to the first page. I can page down one at a time. Go back to the very first page again. I can do a search and say, hey, I'm looking for a plug. You know what? I don't feel like searching through this. You find it for me. The black dot will tell me exactly what I was looking for. Now, I could type in a dollar amount. I could type in a pot number, description, anything. It searches this piece of paper just like you would. If I say find the next one, it went to page 4. I could say find the next one, and it's going to stop every time it sees what I'm looking for. If I find what I'm looking for, I can now click here. I still have the option of printing the whole report out if I wish. I can just click here and print the current page that I'm on, or I can click here and say I just want to print page maybe 3 and 4. Or I can say, you know what, I don't need to print anything. I found what I was looking at. Let's not print nothing, so I cancel the print. So there again, that option is available on all reports. So right now we're just basically going over valuation report. Now, what about if we want to export that into an Excel spreadsheet? Export pots to Excel spreadsheet. Same thing. Okay, we have different options on how we want to select it. By vendor and pot? Sure, why not? All pot numbers. all vendors, all part numbers. This is asking you somewhat of a different question. Do you want every single item that's in that in stock thing that basically means, hey, I stocked it, I sold it, I had activity on it? Do I want things that are just in stock? I physically have an on-hand balance of every single item, only things I ran out of, things with certain types of ordering codes, things that I ran out of but only after a certain date. Well, at this point, we just put our inventory in, and all we want to do is see what we have in inventory. So I'll probably want to select all items. It'll call Excel, put it into an Excel spreadsheet. Obviously, this is standard Excel if you know Excel. Here's your headings and what these things mean. You'd probably want to spread them out here so you can see a little bit more information. And now it's an Excel spreadsheet. You can do what you wish with it. You basically can click over here, maybe send it to a bookkeeper, have them verify it, check it out, save it to a file, or basically you're right back into the software. So you have that ability anywhere you want, creating what we call an Excel spreadsheet. Now, there are other reports here. Obviously, you can print bin labels. You can print barcode labels. There's many other reports like turnover rates, let you know exactly what's making. There again, this is we'll be going over all these more sophisticated reports, under the report section on level, I believe that's level 3, chapter 3, and we'll be going over some of these reports like turnover rate, what's moving, what's making me money, stock out, alternate numbers. So there's many other reports here, but right now we're just basically putting our inventory in, taking a look at what we have, and go from there. We also have this report that you may want to look at. It's called inventory exceptions. And that's something else that you may want to do. What it does, it looks for things that may be some type of a problem. Like, for example, it's basically telling me here that there are some pots where the cost is over a certain amount. You may want to check it out. So this is something that you may want to take a look at, and it's what it does. It looks at exceptions. It looks for possible errors and things that are over a certain amount. Obviously, if I have a pot and it's over $6,500, I may want to check it out. Did I make a mistake? Did I accidentally type in the cost wrong? Obviously, we all can make mistakes. So that's something you may want to take a look at. Okay. At this point, we've added inventory. We ran some reports. Now we're getting ready to kind of move on and start selling products. Okay, this concludes this training session.